Hi, this is DT Bonnie from Lavinia World, and today I wanted to show you a second fairy cuts die, and this one matches with this Lavinia stamp. And this Lavinia stamp is LAV515 Rue, and this fairy cuts is FCD008 Climbing Fairy. Now, I was really excited to get this die because I have seen two of my DT's YouTube videos here in Lavinia World that have made this a swinging fairy, and they both had to hand cut those out, and now we have a die that will cut it out for you, and you can still make your fairy swinging. I'm going to show you what it looks like just cut out plain, and then if you want to do some fussy cutting on top of that, I'll show you how you can also have two tones, like this can be green and she can be black. I was going to try to do a mask, but I wasn't successful with trying to do a mask, so I'm hoping somebody out there will be able to show how to use a mask. I did make one, but it was a little bit fussy, and it did work, but the second one didn't work, and it got a little bit blotted. So like I said, that was my second attempt. My first attempt went better. So there is a way to do it, but I'm going to show you an easier way if you can do some fussy cutting too. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get out, depending on what, the two colors you want to use. I'm going to use a VersaFine Clair green Oasis and the VersaFine Clair Nocturne. Now what you're going to want to do is stamp your image in both of those colors. And then you're going to die cut both of those out. So I'm going to go ahead and do that fast for you. Okay, so I have those both stamped, and then I also embossed them with clear embossing powder. It gives them a little bit more stability when I just like them that way. And then the next thing obviously you do is you line up your die to the stamp, which is what you typically do. And in this case, I have cut these several times now, and I try to make sure that I can see, if I'll explain it to you. I think you can see, I'm going to put that a little bit closer. This is how I line it up. So you can see this one has a little bit more detail to it, and so I just try to make sure that gets lined up. Now in this case, I am only going to be really using the fairy. The rest of it isn't as significant because I'm going to be layering it. So I'm going to go ahead and get these both die cut and show you what I mean. Okay, so I have these both die cut, and you can see how well they die cut. And I'm going to be using the green one as my first layer. for what I'm going to be doing. And so all I really need out of this one is I just need the fairy. So I am going to be cutting around all of the greenery, if you want to call it that, foliage. And I am just going to be using the fairy. I am going to still kind of leave the white as much as I can. Some of it I cannot, because I want the fairy to be 3D. So that means she's going to be basically on top of the foliage. Now you can leave that if you want to and color over that with a gel pen, or you can cut away, depending on how you like to fussy cut. If you're not into the fussy cutting, then you can leave that bit inside of her there. And then to get this one right here, all I would do is I would follow around that white line, which brings me to the inside of that area, and I would snip that away. Okay, and then this bottom part right here, and this even allows you to even get a little bit closer to her. So having this die really is helpful because you don't have to go around all the bits. You just go around a little bit. And you still have your little bit of a white edge if you want it. Okay, so now I have my top layer. I think I see one more piece I want to cut away. This is the only part, the little hand up here that has foliage really close. And then she's just going to be laying right on top of what you've already cut with the green below. And now you have a two-tone, and it works really well. This is really the easiest way to get a two-tone if you want to, and that die saves you a lot of time. You saw how quickly that you can get that done. So now it will be ready to put on a project, and if I want to make it still swinging, I can do that. So I hope you enjoyed that. It was just a little quick idea of what you can do with that die and stamping. Make it fun. Now, if you wanted to even go one step further, you could even stamp the wings and out of a completely different color, and then attach those as well. So it just depends on what you want to do and layer her up. She'd be really pretty. Thanks so much for stopping by. I want to remind you that the DT will have tutorials for you every week. And please subscribe and like this video if you could. And I also wanted to let you know that Lavinia World has a Facebook group called Anything Lavinia. We also have a challenge every 2 weeks, and if you enter that challenge and you win, you can get $15 to the Lavinia World store. So we'd love to see you share your projects, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for stopping by.